a different atmosphere. But with that, that's what the big players do. They move on very quick.
Sean Wayne said it when you interviewed him. They want to put heat on him. James Graham said it. They want to put heat on Australia. Putting heat on Reece Walsh is going to be really important here.
Well, Australia are coming. Sorry, Jamie. Australia come out before England this afternoon here. When you're looking at the 4 things that need to be done here for England to win, what are you looking at?
Well, to try and summarise it early, I think what's really important is going to be the completion rate of England. I think if they're anywhere around the 80% mark and even 100% out of their red zone, then they've got a great chance. I think also playing their game, they'd have practiced away all week. They'd have had a game plan, and the ability to stick to that through 80 minutes is going to be really important. I think breaking off and being individual, those moments will come within the plan that they've got as a team. Now, what's really important is being connected defensively. You heard James Graham talk earlier about we were connected, we were a group. Well, it's going to be important because you're going to have to solve problems tonight that they've probably not faced before with Reece Walsh, Munster, Cleary, and Harry Grant. So they have to be connected defensively. Rushing out the line by yourself is not going to solve the problem. They're going to solve on the run. And underpinning all that, which will be the main part of the start of the game, as you heard from Kevin Walters, is physicality. You must get the physicality right to get every other part of the game. If you miss that part of the game, you've no chance today, JP.
I think they're all 4 great points. I think a key as well, you need every player to deliver on those 4 areas. Yeah. When you're playing against Australians, you can't have 13, 14, 15 doing it. 17 giving you 9 out of 10 in all those areas.
And do you know, we talked a lot about history, and this feels nostalgic and historic, doesn't it? Because it's back 22 years, 55 years since we beat Australia. But do you know what, sport? It's not sentimental about history. This is 80 minutes. It's an 80-minute performance. And regardless of the star power, what this Australian team bring, they're going to have 17 gritty, tough Englishmen who are going to get ripped into them today.
I think a great point that's not being mentioned is also it's going to be a big part of the game. It's the kicking game. You know, with the conditions, a greasy field, we're seeing England come out here. It's a very lively atmosphere, but the ability to kick under pressure and for a consistent period of time. You know, you look there, they've got Cameron Munster, Nathan Cleary, Reece Walsh and Harry Grant. To that, the fact in ours, you know, we've got it for England. You've got there Mikey Lewis, the left foot kicker. It's probably our dominant kicker. George, the right foot kicker there, but it's not his strength. So Mikey's really got to get his kicking game and game management correct to give England any chance today.
It's not about history now. It's about the here and now. Which of these men will create those iconic moments that we will enjoy in the future? It is the first test. We have waited a long time for this. England against Australia in the Ashes in 2025 with Brian Noble, James Graham and first of all Matt Newsom.
Thank you very much, chappers. Well, here we are. Wembley is awakened. The Ashes revived. International Rugby League firmly back on the agenda. England pick up the mantle left by Great Britain after a 22-year wait as Australia return to these shores for an historic 3-test series. One of the great rivalries is back. One of the most iconic venues in world sport. Generations of top players have missed out on this. 2025's class understand the opportunity that stands before them. Time for the national anthems then, starting with that of Australia. Rebecca Hart, a French-Australian mezzo-soprano, will deliver their national anthem.
With golden song
time for the England national anthem, performed by Laura Wright. Absolutely magnificent. Wembley is a cauldron of noise. Let's have a look at the teams. Starting, of course, with England. And the halfback pairing of Mikey Lewis and George Williams will be tasked with the creative element of breaking down the Australian defence. The pack with the likes of Matty Lees and Ethan Havard will have to bring the aggression to match those in green and gold. Herbie Farnworth is a bona fide superstar in the centres. That's for Australia. Well, they have 4 debutants in their side. Reece Walsh, Mark Nwanganisa-Wate, as well as Germat Shibasaki. And then off the bench, Keon Kalua-Matangi, a tourist here with Tonga just 2 seasons ago. So much of their skill axis comes from the point of Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Yeo and Cameron Munster. So a huge afternoon awaits us. The Ashes return. 2 men alongside me who know all about this rivalry. James Graham, former England captain and coach in the shape of Brian Noble. Well, Great Britain at least anyway. Gentlemen, who are we going to be looking out for today?
Well, too many stars to name individuals, but you look at Walsh particularly because of the appearance in the NRL Grand Final, but Farnworth, Wellesby, Williams, Mikey Lewis is the headliner for England. But I'm with my co-commentator here today. We've got to see that element of aggression today from England. How do you measure aggression? Probably not in the way that we used to, but we've got to see some blind spiels, some aggressive mark of play, some getting stuck into each other, James.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Nobby. I think there's got to be a very physical approach, especially from the get-go. The tourists haven't been in here that long. We've got to let them know that they're in for a series.
So we are awaiting kick-off here at Wembley. The whole lower bowl is stacked and packed. England will get us underway. Mikey Lewis, having had a wonderful grand final. Liam Moore is the referee. Jack Smith will be his video referee companion. Mark Craven, Richard Thompson are the 2 touch judges. So the countdown is almost on. Are you ready? Asks the scoreboard. I think we know we're ready.
Looks like it'll be Tino Fa'asuamaleaui to take the first hit up of this series. We've got Havard and Lees waiting for the reception.
Lewis gets it underway. 22 years in the making. The Ashes returns. It might not be Great Britain anymore. It's England who carry the mantle. But boy, what a mantle. And boy, what a kickoff.
Oh, be aggressive and be at the start. The start of this game is vitally important for both teams, not just for England. The longer it goes, the better the chances are for me in England.
One of those quick rooks which England are wary of as Harry Grant set off a marauding. If they give him space, he will cause problems. Patrick Carrigan fronting up now for Australia. Grant, Yeo. Australia making tracks in the first set of the game. So the last one in the set for the green and gold. As Cleary gives it some airtime. And England getting a chance to return serve.
Well, it's a good kick chase from the Aussies, getting numbers into the tackle on that first carry for England.
We've got outside backs, England, like Dom Young, like Tom Johnstone, who are going to provide some of that go forward. And now Jake Wardle, the latest to pick up the baton.
Move, get square markers. Play the ball. No, that's you, Jake. Step back, go third. You've stepped back now, readjusted.
Pushing down this short side with Kai Pearce-Paul, who's in familiar territory, born in Bromley. Croydon Hurricanes man. Lewis. Back to Havard. Last one for England. Tentative start from both sides as Lewis slings the ball downfield. And Nawanga Nita Wase gets his first chance to stretch his legs on the Wembley turf.
Yeah, the dual international there. He wasn't quite sure what to do. It's a strong kick from Mikey Lewis. I thought that ball may have travelled dead, but Nawanga Nita Wase taking no chances.
Well, I'm hoping that the game gets played in the middle part of this field early on. It means that we'll get into a swing of things, Jammer.
Josh Adokar, I don't want to give him a yard. He's the sort of man who will pinch a mile, that's for sure. Tina Foster Malui, almost up to the 40-metre line.
Move, hands out now. Hold.
England showing a bit of physicality. Yo!
5, move, come off the ball.
Again contained. And a kick from Munster. Should be easily pouched here by Wellesby.
I think Sean Wayne will be really happy with this start from England as Wellesby looks to spread early.
Johnston almost away, but swamped.
Yeah, really happy with the start defensively from England. Getting plenty of numbers in the tackles.
Shots fired. Australia.
I think the referee screamed dominant. I think he was right.
That's a great carry there after a dominant ruck. Dom Young comes in, gives England some momentum.
So they will feel their way into this game. Although they'll be feeling the hits as well. Lewis, back to Matty Lees. He's an aggressive front rower for this England team. Carries a big weight of expectation at St Helens as the kick away will be taken in by Josh Adokar. And Australia have possession.
Need to limit the meters here. It wasn't the deepest kick from England there, but that's great work out of Marker. That's just a little moment that England will just need to keep winning. Win little moments like that. Wasn't the best kick, but what do we do next? We're in at Marker. We've got to work hard. Just slow down this momentum of the Australians.
Harry Grant, the little hooker, he can be busy. Looking to test out the metal down that left edge with Angus Crichton.
Well, they've done a good job so far, Australia, of England in this set, restricting the meters. Wasn't the greatest kick from Williams.
Now they're opening up the field. Hudson Young, ball came loose in that tackle. England's defensive intensity pays off.
Yeah, strong contact there from the left edge defensively. They had a bit of shape thrown at them with Walsh out the back, read the situation perfectly, forced the first error of this contest. The crowd goes up and cheers. There's a fair bit of nervous energy here as this contest is only 5 minutes old. You can just sort of feel both teams just almost like heavyweight boxers. First round mentality. Are we sure what to do? What combinations to throw? Looking forward to this game opening up into those deeper rounds.
Yeah, no one wants to cut one on the jaw early doors, do they? That's for sure. So England and Lewis looking to feed that scrum, and here he is, the box office man in this England side amongst many stars, Herbie Farnworth.
He's a good player. Does the little things well, as the highlight reel at the start of the show showed. Now they've got some field position here, England, with a few players. Let's see what they've got.
Havard with the carry, takes them inside green and gold territory. Knowles, so important. Williams out to Wellesby. Now out it goes again to Farnworth.
That's the man. Get the ball to Herbie Farnworth. Shibasaki not liking that class of Farnworth coming at him.
No, so it just delayed the pass. Overrun it that time from Havard. Lewis tries to swipe the loose pieces. But there we go. First break really in the play.
Both teams testing each other out here, and a little bit of final execution problem there for England. But they're having a look. It's good that they're setting a line, they're setting a platform, and then they're having a look.
Well, the Australian right edge defence there rushes out of the line. They want to take the space off Mikey Lewis. That's where Morgan Knowles wanted to get the ball to. He dummies and he plays short. Probably should have just held on to that one and play next. Just play the percentages a little bit more. We can't afford too many of those mistakes.
Yeah, England cannot let Australia to run amok, that's for sure. Grant, and now they'll push it up through Shibasaki, who at one stage earlier in the season was told he had to go away and get himself fit, and he's taking his game to new levels. Queensland cap, Australia cap, grand final winner with Brisbane Broncos. So,
real story of perseverance. Shibasaki in the lower grades over in Australia took a chance on going to Brisbane. He's a premiership winner, Origin player, and now an international.
He made the right decision then to get fit.
That's great inside pressure there from the England defenders. Matty Lees applying the pressure from the inside, forcing the Australians to go sideways.
Yeah, Cam Munster felt the force of that one. Being roughed up as he might have expected. Crichton.
Need to keep an eye on Harry Grant. Any sort of quick ruck, he's looking to make inroads. England need to keep an eye on him.
So John Stone behind that one. Can he return the ball for England? He will seek to do so, but again, the kick chase. Very spirited and good in numbers from Australia. Yet to have a point posted. But both teams just starting to find a bit of a groove as Dom Young, another of those England players with NRL pedigree.
Great carry from Dom Young on the front foot. Place to be made down the short side here as well.
Well, Williams with the kick, taken in by Farnworth. Oh, he couldn't release his man. And
was that touched by Australia?
I think it was, Brian. I think it was. I think that'll be England head and feed. Great work down that short side from England there, after back of a Dom Young strong carry. Left some defenders in his way. Isaiah Yeo just in a bit of trouble, I believe, there. Yeah, Dom Young just straight through Isaiah Yeo with a HIA surely, but yeah. England went looking around. Reece Walsh, as he's done so well in the final series over in Australia, those 2-on-1 situations, he read that situation perfectly. That's a moment there again. Herbie Farnworth, with the class of him, he should be knowing that Reece Walsh is going to try and double defend both him and his support player, Herbie Farnworth, the class that he has. Coach Sean Wayne, he wouldn't need to ask him to do anything he's not capable of. He knows that situation inside out, Herbie.
So an early change required. Yeo has gone off, and in his place is Ruben Cotter, who he won't miss because of the rather fetching mullet he possesses. So England, can they work their way into a dominant position here? Clark at dummy half. Williams, the captain, and the fulcrum. Havard, the piano pusher. What can England do from this spot now? Knowles. Williams well read, freed the ball. They've got their eyes on Lewis, that's for sure.
This right edge are blitzing England's left edge. They've thought about Lewis, they've thought about what Williams might offer there, and they're getting up real high, the Kangaroos.
Clark directing the traffic. Williams. Now Wellesby floats one. And they've tossed that one away, England.
Yeah, 2 times now in good ball situations, England have come up with mistakes, and look, the opportunity was there, maybe a breakdown in communication, but I like how George Williams is playing with tempo, but I've got concerns that twice down in good, yeah, you've got to find your man there, or Dom Young's got to be in position to take that football. Opportunities will be at a premium today. They've had 2 and come up with 2 mistakes.
You've got to look after the ball, Matt. That's what James is saying there. You've got to build some pressure on this Australian team as well as play some football on them. Better decisions.
Australia trying to make England make those decisions, but you felt that move was England moving through the gears. Hudson Young.
This is where Mikey Lewis as well, a couple of times he's got that ball on the left-hand side of the field, and Australia's defence is very up and in your face. Maybe he'll need to adjust his depth. He's a quality player, and he'll know what to do. He'll have some communications with his left edge there, and the people he's getting the ball off, maybe a slight adjustment.
Muncher now out to Walsh, throws the dummy. England ready.
Yeah, well handled.
Williams and Farnworth shut that move down. Grant again is
great marker play, Herbie Farnworth there. Single marker, and he didn't fall for the deception of Harry Grant. That is those little moments I'll continue to speak about that England need to get right.
Cleary, airtime. Johnston didn't know whether to come short or stay. In the end, he came short, and it was the right call.
Yeah, he's done well there, Johnston. Every time he's been asked, he's got up above his opposite number. And then we found a backfield carry from one of the outside backs that got England rolling forward.
Can England work their way into an attacking position? Dom Young again being used as the early phase battering ram.
You can see what playing for England means for Dom Young. He's had a quiet season over in the NRL, but this is the best 10, 11 minutes I've seen him play in a long time.
He also left 5 Kangaroos in and around the ruck there for England to take opportunity on.
Maybe they'll get something here. Wellsby, though, swamped and swarmed by those in green and gold. Again, that right edge defence has been attuned sharply. Williams. That one is an easy take for Walsh. And now all about the kick chase and not allowing him to bust the line.
Well, my slight worry is that their kicking, Australian kicking game has been slightly better than ours at the moment.
Yeah, incorrect play of the ball there. England get the penalty. Reece Walsh didn't regain his feet there. John Bateman in his face. Another advantage. Now England, stay calm, stay relaxed. We don't need to go chasing points. Just let's get our game on, yes, but let's look to execute. That's great kick chase from this English right edge. All as one line. Reece Walsh makes the mistake.
Yeah, you've got to regain, for our viewers, you've got to regain your feet before you touch the ball with your foot. And he doesn't, so it's adjudicated to be an incorrect play of the ball. England have got some great field position now.
Yeah, you've got to stay on your feet. That's the most important element of that. Reece Walsh plays the ball and then falls to the ground. That's been a penalty for a long time now.
Well, this one's being challenged, so if you're unaware of the captain's challenge, the Australian's not happy with that call, and so Jack Smith will take a look at this one.
Tackle 1, Australia are challenging the rule in a no balance and control. Let's go back on this angle,
John
please.
Bateman just touched the neck there of Reece Walsh. I mean,
just back, just before it, please. Yeah, let's go through now. Oh, there's no contact on Reece Walsh at this point. Reece Walsh is playing the ball, and he would have balance and control, but for the push to ground from John Bateman, the challenge by Australia will be successful.
John Bateman been in the gym for too long, Novi.
Right, it's a tough call. It's adjudicated, he's touched him. One of those micro moments, and we've talked about moments in the whole of the game, James. They get that, they don't get the field position. Really, is what I'd say, really.
You could have breathed on him and similar.
Yeah.
There we go. So Australia get the decision reversed. And Cleary finds touch, and Nathan Cleary, the brains trust, along with Cameron Munster for this Australian team. Stags taps. Kasua Maliawi takes it forward now for Australia. Grant poised. Carrigan. Cotter. Those forwards aiming up for the Australians. Harry Grant, there's almost a hum of expectation and maybe a little anxiety too.
Well, first test for this England team, defending their goal line.
Well, they've got players peeling round. Oh, that one somehow found its way into the hands of Walsh, the tunnel ball. England recovered brilliantly. Grant to Cleary. Loose, but gathered up all the same. And in the end, Angus Crichton just ran into traffic.
If you're a defender and you stop moving in and around these plays, you get the team into trouble. England got to keep moving.
Cleary threads it. Johnstone again. He has been unflappable so far, and England mopped that one up.
Yeah, stood up to every test there, Johnston, and I've got to say congratulations to the England defence. It was the first time we've seen Cleary, Munster and Reece Walsh outside of some shape. Munster came from the left-hand side of the ruck to the right-hand side. Like you said, Matt, the tunnel ball, but the England left edge was up to the task.
And this fella's doing a great job, as you pointed out before, James. Dom Young getting England on the front foot.
They've certainly dragged themselves away from their own line, England. Can they bust that line? Knowles this time takes the ball into the guts. Clark patrols. Lewis with the kick. And he got a bit of pressure there from Harry Grant, and now Nwangani Tawase will bring it forward for Australia. As James Graham was saying, dual code international. Played for the Wallabies, now wearing the Kangaroos green and gold for the first time, and they'll be wary of his athleticism.
England need to get up there. Tony Staggs just crabbing across the field. They really need to contain him. He is so dangerous when he gets open space like that.
Taken up by Munster. Walsh lurking. Oh, he got his pass to Carroll wrong, and England will get the ball back here.
Well, he didn't. He executed it right. They stripped England on that right edge there. He just threw it over his head. If he'd have got executed his pass properly, he'd have created the numbers here. Watch, he got them 3 on 2, and they didn't execute well enough.
Yeah,
let off for England.
I think Reece Walsh maybe premeditated that. I think that the option was the short ball to Shibasaki and then create the 2-on-1. Reece Walsh goes for that cut-out pass. But England, again, being afforded opportunities. I didn't see the opening exchanges being played out this way, Nobby, but they are. And England with another really strong opportunity with some strong field position.
They've got some field position now. Let's see if we're going to encourage this England team to stay at the right end of the field and not give Australia too many opportunities.
So Havard lays the first foundations. Clark now Knowles onto Lees.
Wow.
And that comes to an abrupt end for England.
So keeping hold of the ball and not giving Australia opportunity, that's part and parcel. The last few sets we've seen England's attacking opportunity has been dismantled for either a piece of the Bateman penalty and now the Lees draw.
That is a great contact from Reuben Cotter under the ball for any youngster watching the game. That is executed brilliantly through hours and hours of practice. Just hits under the ball. As a ball carrier, very difficult to keep hold of that ball, especially when you get that ball under pressure at the line. Great work from Reuben Cotter there.
And anyone who wondered whether the green and golds still really cared about playing for Australia, well, that was evident there as they celebrated forcing that error. Both these teams are bang up for it. 8 years since they last met in any competition. 22 years since an Ashes series as Hudson Young plays it. Taken up by Fasua Malawi. England have the line set. Into the teeth again, but England's really sharp line speed, just limiting Australia at the moment. Carrigan.
It was a great read from Wardle. He's been good on that left edge for England.
He missed 2023 with injury, missed 2024 with surgery. Only the one cap before today, but he's been a standout performer for some time. Oh, Dom Young beating to the punch.
Great recovery. Yeah. Great recovery there from Dom Young.
Oh, yeah.
He elected not to contest that ball. Let Adokar take control. That is a brilliant recovery from Don Young, who's been England's best so far in this game.
Well, he let him have it in the end because he wasn't going to get there, and then he wrapped him up with everything he'd got in his 6'4" or 5 frame. Great result for England.
Yeah, height-wise, mismatch between Josh Adokar, the Fox, and Dom Young. Both are quick, both in very different ways, but both quality players. Farmouth has to offload in the traffic. Williams. This is what you want to see in running. A running half can get teams on the back pedal.
Well, we've spoken about England and their completion rate and just trying to build pressure, but that's a simple offload from Herbie Farmouth, very safe. And that's exactly what England need to continue to do. Throw some shape, throw something different at this Australian defence, but no mistakes.
Well, here goes Farmouth.
Some player.
Slicing initially before he was stopped. Oh, bit of concern here for England's marauding centre. So Lewis with the kick, plenty of depth on that one. And now Reece Walsh Looks up and almost splits England wide open, but thankfully the tackle made at the last for those England players.
Well, fatigue's going to start to kick in at some stage. We're nearly 20 minutes into the game. There's been very, very few breaks. The ball's been shifted around a bit by both teams, you have to say. So somebody's going to be picked out here.
Yeah, that's a great tackle there from Johnson on Staggs. Showed him the outside. I just wonder if Sean Wayne will be looking at this contest and say, when do I throw Alex Walmsley into this contest? An unorthodox front rower.
Yeah, his size, and you say unorthodox is awkward, isn't he?
Well, he'd love to do it when England at the right end of the field, that's for sure.
So Grant has a little kick here, spot some space in behind. Wellsby will have to track back. And he does well to evade the first tackle, but they came in as a mob, Australia, and they pinned England back in their own 10.
Yeah, Australia just dialing it up there. Great game management from Harry Grant. Recognised there was an opportunity to dink the ball early, and then the kick chase of Australia followed up.
So England need a reprieve here through Jake Wardle. Dom Young again. He looks up and sees a wall of green and gold, but no backward step.
Australia just winning the field position battle here. Game more and more being played in England's half. A couple of errors involved with England as well, so they haven't held themselves. They'll be looking for a great kick chase result here.
That's a great kick.
Yeah, beautifully executed.
Just exactly what England needed. Going nowhere really. They went to last. He was under pressure there, Lewis, from Harry Grant. Brilliant kick to split the back two of Australia.
And suddenly, having been at one end of the ground, maybe drowning somewhat, England turned the tide slightly. Australia have reinforcements on in the shape of Lindsay Collins, the bruising Queenslander. Taken up by Munster, clearing out to Walsh. Now chaps for Nwanga, need to Watson to get the ball away. Stacks back in field. Walsh, the swan dive, and Australia hit the front. First time they've had some space, and they made it pay. But this is going to be looked at here by referee Liam Moore and Jack Smith, the video referee. Take it away.
Tackle 3, we've got try on field. Checking obstruction and slow, please, on these lead runners through the line. Go back on this one. This is the contact that we're looking at, please. Let's go back to the line here of Hudson Young. Let's go now, please. Let's run this through. Just go slow on the line of Hudson Young. Carrigan finds space. Hudson Young steps through that space. Let's just double check that, please. No, we'll stay on the high behind, please. Go back again, please. Nice. Line of Hudson Young. Let's go now, please. Hudson Young's running inside shoulder and Lewis waits there, so we're okay on this point now, please. Pass then goes out to the wing, so this is all okay, please. We'll run this through. It's a potential grounding. We've got something close in on grounding, please. Just check that the ball's grounded. Ball's in possession. Ball is in possession still. And the ball is grounded. Made my decision.
Yeah, tough call there, but I think from a defensive point of view, it was Wardle that had the opportunity to take Reece Walsh out of support play. These are the little details that England need to get right defensively. He had the right there to take Reece Walsh to ground and stop him being that support player and ultimately scoring the first try of the match there, Nobby.
Well, they got through on the outside as well, James, and it's important that England recognise that they were stripped for numbers here. Mikey Lewis looking for the penalty, maybe keep walking, and you're right. Probably Wardle could have done better on Walsh, but the 4-on-3 on an edge, straight through the middle, the backup play is good. Just one of those moments that we've spoken about.
Walsh kicks the goal, and Australia lead by 6 points to 0.
Yeah, that's field position as well for you, Nobby. We've been speaking about how Australia just started to turn the screws a little bit, play the percentages, ask lots of England to come out of their own end, and it's cost them the first try of the afternoon.
So big response required from England now. They can't allow Australia to build a groove and build a lead.
Well, it's a good response so far. Great line speed from the kickoff. Got to get back into those moments businesses. The patience of the Australians has shown again for the one opportunity that they got.
So Australia being tested out as the changes being rung by the England side. As Samaima making his on.
That's 2 runs in the set there for Lindsay Collins. Great introduction off the bench from him, the Sydney Rooster.
So here we go, England have the ball. Let's get down to Tanya Arno, who's got some news for us.
Yeah, Isaiah Yeo went off for a head assessment and he has failed that head assessment, so he will not be back this afternoon and will be ruled out of next week as well.
Thank you, Tanya. England and Dom Young making headway.
Another quick play the ball from Young.
Lewis.
I just think the Australian kicking game is better than ours at the moment. You look at the change in the game at the moment, came from the Grant kick from dummy half, where he put the ball 5 metres from the sideline and 5 metres down. The ensuing play then, they exploited that.
Chance for Lewis to get a good kick away on the last. Hooks it across field. Matt O'Carr. What's there? An escort off the ball there. Farnworth felt it was. Didn't get the call. Australia retain possession.
Yeah, but this is a better set from England. They're claiming that Farnworth.
Well, his shirt was
pulling.
Referee missed that one.
So Australia, England doing well here to really get up and into Australian faces, but this is where they can be dangerous. Cleary. So often the player who's Crichton, Guile, well, Harry Grant has the ball forced down, and England have some position to play off here. That's roused the crowd.
Just build some pressure, stay here. Get to the right part of the field, find a kick where they're going to have to ruck the ball out themselves out of their own 20. They haven't had to do that so many times.
Williams with a bit of a kick step, and now England and John Bateman edge closer towards that red zone. Williams, Lewis, shaping up maybe here. Wellsby out to Wardle. They kept it despite the juggle, and then forced into touch.
So England just need to, being positive, they need to clean up their end of sets at this part of the field. Find a kick with some pressure, be patient. They're trying to create opportunities. We know you've got to play football against the Australians to have an opportunity. We've got to score some points, but we also got to build some pressure.
Yeah, exactly, Nobby. When you think back to that kick from Grant, there is an opportunity for Australia to shift there, but instead he's playing the long game. He's playing a game of chess. He's playing 4 moves ahead. He knows that the dividends from that play are going to be paid off 4 sets later on.
Right, let's get down to Robbie Hunter ball.
Yeah, we're going way past the 25-minute mark now. This is an opportunity for the halves to really take on the line. We'd like to see a bit more movement from Mikey Lewis and Williams. Just taking the line, and what they'll do is stop the Australian defence from going forward. It'll stop numbers getting on the defensive players themselves, so they'll offer another threat. They can really put some pressure on the Australian defence by just looking upstream, taking the line on, and keeping them on the back foot.
Yeah, as Australia just rocking out very well. They get to their last plays. But for me with England, we've got John Bateman, Kai Pearce-Paul, 2 excellent back rowers. Maybe try bring them underneath, test the inside of the Australian defence.
Mwangani Tawase back on the inside. He falls to Cleary, he slips. And England still can't get their hands on the ball. And the tackle count reset. In the end, Herbie Farnworth says no further. But England there at 6s and 7s. Walsh, Shibasaki, oh, beautiful flick. England eventually see the pressure evaporate, but they were under the pump.
Well, they're winning the little moments are Australia at the moment. The little errors that they're not making and the ones that England are making, the pressure's starting to build on England. They've scrambled really well. You can't discredit the fact that they scramble, but they've just got to be a bit more simpler in their execution, England.
Yeah, they're just holding on here, England. It was great work to recover from that. They get some respite and just need to get back into the grind. Here, I feel Australia, we've spoken about it many times already this afternoon, winning the territory, winning that field position battle. Just get back into the grind, calm things down a little bit. Yeah, we're 6-0 behind, but there's still a lot of football to be played. So England mentally regrouping. They find themselves in their own end of the field, but with the ball. And Tom Johnstone, the latest to seek a route through this block of green and gold which stands before England. Almost up to the half an hour mark. And those Australian defenders. Alex Walmsley into the contest, excited to see him with the ball in hand.
Yeah, he's just lurking, isn't he, in the centre of the field. You know, he will be desperate to tear into this Australian defensive line. He'll go through Lytton, who's also on, and he will bring a bit of spark too. Last one for England. Lewis, well, they're going to run it. Williams. Oh, lovely. Ki-Pierce Paul got it away to Wardle. Wardle with the dummy. Lewis, oh, in the end.
Walsh did it again. It's got to be back to zero.
It is back to zero. England have possession.
Brilliant from Walsh again. The 2-on-1 situation nailed by the Australian fullback.
Here goes Walmsley. Really taking it to the Australians. Lytton from dummy half. Lewis. McMeekin. Now there's some punch up front for England. And they're showing it. The intent is there. Williams, Wellesby, oh, he ran into a block.
The numbers slightly deeper.
Farnworth steps into dummy half. England have Australia where they want them. Can they execute? Not like that. Wardle trying to slip clear. England lose ground. Lewis to Pierce Paul. Already saw his sleight of hand. There was a bit more. Lytton dragged it down. How that will haunt England if they cannot complete again. And Williams, Young putting pressure on Addo-Carr.
Better. Nice last play. Recovering their set, staying at the right part of the field. Now stay squeaky clean. Now put the Australians under pressure.
And it all come from a run-on last from England, and it was a safe option. Yes, they weren't in particularly good field position, but the halfbacks recognised that there was an opportunity there. Very low risk, but look at the situation that has happened now from England, just from that one piece of educated play by the halves combining together.
So England really trying to shut Australia down in their own end. They'll keep it moving. Young out, it goes to... And the ball goes loose. No Anthony to watch. They couldn't find the pass for Staggs.
So they tried to play their way out of trouble, Matt. They were trying to do a bit of fancy stuff. They couldn't do it. They lost their own patience there, and that's the reward for England for staying at the right parts of the field and finishing their sets patiently.
Well, Jake Wardle didn't back himself, did he, for a second dummy? He'd already sold one.
And again, England have had two opportunities, and Reece Walsh just brilliant defensively. The work that he puts into his game, assessing the situation, the situational awareness, he puts the attacker in two minds. They don't know what to do because he's so quick, he's so brilliant off the mark. He has the ability to defend 2 players all by himself. But England, they need to know what to do. They do know what to do, and that'll be an adjustment that Sean Wayne will be talking to the boys around at half-time.
So Walmsley carts it in. Lytton on a set restart here for England, and then a penalty. So a chance to really stick it to Australia here.
I'd play on here. I'd play on here.
They're going to play. Lewis brings in McMeek in. Man mountain of a player. He has the size, he has the bulk. Lytton has the speed. Australia on the back pedal. Knowles finds Williams. Welsby again.
Very aggressive there. Cameron Munster shot out the line, assists the situation really well there.
A couple of times the shutter's been brought down on Jack Welsby before he's had time to think. Walmsley. Big stomp. Puts England in a spot. Lytton. Williams. Cute kick. Drop out to come. England forcing pressure, building pressure.
Well, I thought Farmer was taking off the ball there on the kick from Williams, but it's building pressure. So where are you going to get over the line?
Love that from Herbie. He's the right centre, pops up on the left-hand side of the ruck, giving him some free license to attack anywhere on the field, almost like a second fullback. Herbie Farnworth, I agree with you, Nobby. I think that required a second look to see if he was taken off, but either way, England with an opportunity to keep on building pressure.
Well, this will be a short kickoff, so England need to be ready for that.
Yeah, Cleary. Was it gone the 10? It has. Oh, was it tapped forward by Johnstone? Play on. Initially. And then a decision goes against England. Going to challenge.
I think it's touch your guys after. Touch your, there's 2 in that.
Yeah, Johnston got up highest.
The Australians claiming it was accidental offside, which is a huge difference. It's a penalty if that was the case, but I think they're saying Nwanganitawase made contact with that football, so a small win for England there despite the Australians having the ball.
Yeah, the alternative, as you say, would have been painful. They can try to keep Australia down here in this back end of this first half. Just the 1 score from Reece Walsh. So Australia feed it. Grant works it out. And again, England sharp to the task. Again, that atmosphere slightly muted, but it won't take much to spark it again. If England can make an impression now before the break. Australia moving through the gears. Ruben Cotter almost headbanging there at the play of the ball as Munster is wrapped up. Sticking to the task, slowing down the ruck. Grant, though, this is where he's explosive.
4 minutes to half-time. Need to keep it a 1-score game minimum.
Definitely.
Munster, Young underneath this. Oh, he was surely taken out
surely.
In the air that time. Australia allowed to continue. Angus Crichton touches the ball down. Well, they allow play to go on. Australia reacted quickest.
We're looking at onside, offside, please.
Liam Moore
look at the contest,
take a look at this.
Genuine contest, or he jumps into the man, please, mate. We'll have a look.
So Jack Smith will take a look.
Tackle 5, no try on field. Checking onside first, please. We pause it on the foot of Munster. All kick chases onside, so we can run this through to check the collision, please, between Adokar and Dom Young. So this is all okay. Right, let's go close in on this, please. something tight in on it, please? Adokar arrives early here and takes Dom Young out of the play. Thank you, I've made my decision.
So I think we can safely say justice is served on that occasion.
Yeah, right decision.
I don't know if we need to go to the video ref for that. The referee was in the perfect position. Just make the call, sir. Let's play fast. Let's get on with it. Give England the penalty. Let's move on.
Well, if he wasn't, the linesman was. Look how close the linesman is. He can surely see this. He's taken out now. That's a penalty. Full stop.
Fired to touch. England running out of time in the first half as John Bateman engages. Decent carry. Lytton to Williams. Now Walmsley. Just showing how awkward he can be. Needing to speed things up here. Lewis to Williams. Williams runs it. Lovely hands. Wardle. Tom Johnstone. Clips it into midfield. The chase is on.
Oh, it's too long.
So close for Jack Wellesby. And Mikey Lewis.
It's control. Hold. Ball's passed.
Oh, it was brilliant from the left-hand side of England. Wellesby and Williams combining. Wellesby gets Johnson away. Too much juice on it. Too much juice on it. Oh.
0. Move. Hold now, lads.
So England, small and fine at margins. The idea was good.
Just maybe that touch of rain that we had before kickoff. Just not advantage for England there. Usually we think about the conditions and the wet and how that could be helpful for us, but yeah, just skipped away from us there.
So England manhandling Australia in the middle. Brian Noble.
Yeah, they've got to be careful here. Minute to go. Got to go in one score down. Shown that they can create opportunities, but they've got to concentrate for this last minute.
Well, they will. Because causing chaos there was Patrick Carrigan.
Tackles it, no, the line's set. The line's set, no. You tackle him before he gets the ball.
So, Australia. Just letting that fault that time. And unsurprisingly, they will take the 2, Australia, with less than a minute to go.
Well, he's tackled without the ball here. And what they're saying is, yeah, Jez Lytton has got Walsh.
Yeah. Liam Moore knows he's in England, right?
Yeah.
And Nathan Cleary setting himself, using the clock, the shot clock to his advantage.
Well, if there's one thing I could probably sum the first half up is with Australia have had probably 2 plays where they may have scored. They've executed 1. We've had 2 plays and we haven't executed any.
Well, I think there's probably 3. There's the 2 2-on-1s that Walsh diffuses, and then the break down the left-hand side, and Johnson just too much pepper on that kick to the inside, and that's a genuine opportunity, Nobby, that we need to execute.
So Nathan Cleary, multiple premiership wins with Penrith Panthers, kicked goals in the biggest games. This is a big game, and he fires it to give Australia the lead at half-time extended. The game breaker for England was what had his teammates got to do to turn this round in the second half?
Well, stay in the process. Don't be tempted to be broken and do something of a genius play. That's the one thing England can't afford, otherwise they'll give Australia an opportunity if it gets broken and it gets a fractured type of game.
Well, that's a strong carry off the kickoff to make a statement in this second half from Alex Walmsley. I think the chat would have been, lads, you realise you now do belong. If you had any doubt before the contest began, you figured out in the first 40 minutes that these guys are human and we can go and win this game. I feel it lies at Herbie Farnworth and Dom Young on this right-hand side, up against Shibasaki and Josh Adokar.
So England, through Jez Lytton, who spots some space, And it's a good kick, at least just to put Australia back in their own end of the field. And the chase is decent, although Reece Walsh, you don't want to give him a yard. You don't want to give him a yard. Reece Walsh, he's got steaming downfield. Support on the inside for ankle tap tackle from Herbie Farnworth. England there, we're all over the shop. Farnworth recovers. Still the threat lurks. Munster, weaving. Desperately clawed down. Grant for Australia. They need to keep it tight as Collins slugs it forward. England on their own goal line. Grant again. He's offloaded it out to Hudson Young. Brilliant defence in the end from England.
Wow. What an unbelievable first kick from Litton. What a break from Walsh right to the other end of the field. And then the scramble from England. Amazing.
Yeah, great recovery from England, but a lesson learned there that you've got to present one line. Reece Walsh was allowed to skip to the outside, but great desperation from the England lads.
Munster, short ball, Cotter. England's lungs burning in this early stage of the second half. Grant back to Cleary. Test of a Johnston. He's beaten in the air, but does he recover? He does. Boy, he recovered.
Brilliant defence. Brilliant defence. Honestly, England under the cosh of the very first set of this second half on the back of the Walsh carry. This is some catch. He fumbled it. The Aussie fumbled it.
Just numbers around the ball, though. That's the difference, though. Nobby, if you allow that to be a one-on-one contest, Nwangani-Tawase, one of the best in the air over in the NRL. You need to get numbers in the picture. Go just in case. That's exactly what was required from England, and they were up to the task. I would like to say, though, I think Harry Grant is starting to make a real standpoint in this contest. He's toying with the markers of England, toying with the A defenders. Need to keep an eye on him, and you do that by controlling the ruck, working hard for marker together as a unit.
Litton now out to Williams, trying to splice the combination of Crichton and Munster. And then Lewis wants to skim one down the ground.
Well, it's not a bad thing for England. At the frantic start to this second half, to and fro, they'll get a chance to reassess the situation, try and restrict it. Here's the break from Walsh. Wow, straight across. Picking out one of the middles who he runs straight past, and James is absolutely right. You've got to stay connected on that kick chase and have plenty of numbers in the frame. He picked it out.
So Australia, with the aforementioned Grant at the moment waving the baton. Australia's orchestra playing to his tune.
Well, England won't be thinking that right now, Martin, but for our viewers, they've got themselves back into the game at the start of the game when they couldn't have been there. Take it as a positive. Take it, let's get down to that set. Let's do what Grant's doing, kick and pass.
Almost through, but desperate challenge from Mikey Lewis, showing his defensive capabilities along with the attack. Cotter, he ran into John Bateman's uncompromising shoulders. Here they go with Crichton! Support from Collins! He won't need it! Too easy for Australia! Angus Crichton caught England hopping! Or has he? Try on field decision, says Liam Moore. Jack Smith will take a look at this one.
Tackle 5, try on field, just checking grounding of the ball. Angus Crichton in possession, still in possession, the ball is in his hand. Ball appears grounded, just check a side on angle just to make sure for one of the corner flags, please. Angus Crichton in possession. Just go back on this angle, please. Hand is on the ball, hand is still on the ball, and the ball is grounded. Thank you, I made my decision.
A run on last play, Brian Noble. We saw England get a little bit of joy from doing that, and then Australia do exactly the same, sweating on the players out the back. They forgot about Angus Crichton, and then the scramble defence, it was almost like they didn't back Crichton to go all the way. Fullback Jack Wellsby, just not sure if he knew exactly where he was at here. He's backing off, he's got to go towards the player there. Just not sure if he just got a little bit lost in navigation there, Jack Wellsby, because there's plenty of support players around him to block the pass off. It was Lindsay Collins on the inside that had, I think it was Lytton that had blocked that pathway off. Wellsby needs to go to the contest there.
He didn't. Alex Walmsley disappointed that he gave his inside shoulder up. And I think it was Cotter that went on the inside of him, Crichton on the inside of him to continue his run. So a couple of disappointed through for England.
So Nathan Cleary, 1 goal, 1 penalty. Looking for his 3rd accurate kick of the game. And it will wound England. This will wound England. The kick is good. So England must hold their nerve and keep their faith.
That's great composure from Cameron Munster, isn't it? The tempo where he goes into the line, he steadies his feet, pulls England out of shape, trusts his back rower on play 5. Brilliant stuff from Cameron Munster.
Yeah. Crichton knew where to run as well. He exposed Walmsley's inside shoulder.
What you would say is that Crichton on one side, Hudson-Young on the other, they are lucrative players to have. They scored plenty of tries at club level. They have that nous of just running a little wide. And at the moment, England now they have a job to do. England showing some mettle. They need it. Munster with an end over end that squirts into the hands of Wellsby. Can England turn this tide? Ball comes loose. Play on, says Liam Moore.
Move, goes back. Hold boys.
Under the cosh slightly, as Johnston this time is folded up. To go back and play it from the right point. They need to reset. Dom Young.
2. Move now. Hold it, Harry, hold.
Lytton to Williams. Bateman, his usual rugged approach.
Release it now. Play it, goal free. Leave it, John, leave it.
Here goes Williams. Oh, lovely out the back for Lewis. Some nice shape here. Lewis.
4. Move near third. Hold that, hold.
Almost galloping through. Pierce Paul.
Where was the outside support players there for Mikey Lewis? It was great shape from England.
Oh, Farnworth. Dom Young. Can he race down that touchline? The offload was loose.
I like that from England going coast to coast, but for me the better opportunity was over on that left-hand side with Mikey Lewis. He had the Australian defenders backtracking until Nathan Cleary came out and made that decision, but he needed some players with him there.
Well, even at 14 zip, it's important England realises they've still got to build some pressure. They've still got to 2 or 3 or 4 sets on the bounce to get some results here and get themselves back in the game.
So 3 tests. This is the first. At the moment, Australia dominant in the meters gain. Dominant on the scoreboard, but England will fancy if they can get a sniff that they have been close to that elusive try.
Move now, off that ball. Hold.
And they turn promise into points. They'll be defending here.
2. Move back. Hold
and obviously on limited preparation, the Kangaroos losing their skipper and middle, Isaiah Yeo, one of the best in the business, over in the NRL. So important. Oh, great shot underneath the ribs. So important, Isaiah Yeo. But how Australia will use their bench, and one person to look out for is Tommy Dearden.
Yeah, live wire. If they get him on, when he does come on. Half an hour to go in the first test at Wembley. Cleary keeps that moving, looking for his back rowers to provide some of that punch. Another kick hoisted high by Walsh. Wellsby underneath it.
Move!
Australia just bided their time. And now England have to play out from the back, and Johnston, who has been a willing runner, but again finds the going tough. Young. Farnworth. Another offload. England almost have to chance their arm to some extent. Booted downfield by Lytton. Will that carry?
Brilliant. Brilliant from Lytton. Absolutely sensational. Very early in the tackle count. That is a huge play from Lytton.
Well done, Jez Lytton. Terrific kick. Attacking kick. Done it all year for Hull Kingston Rovers, and it brings it to the international stage. Great opportunity now for England.
And having a kick in hooker, as we've seen with Harry Grant, takes the pressure off your half-backs as well. Lytton, now he's got his hands on the ball. Williams, Wellsby, Farnworth. England's assault on this right edge. Wellsby finds Williams. Chugged forward by Owen Trout on debut. Aggressive, raw-boned. Can he make the impact? Williams. Oh, the ball spills loose. The contact. As Walsh is away. They cannot let him skip. They did just enough.
A similar story to the first half. You've got to look after the ball at the right ends of the field and be in a process, and get the chase in the game, England, but the element of patience with 25 minutes to go still should be there.
Release him!
Who's the hero for Brisbane Broncos? Reece Walsh in the NRL Grand Final. She's got the pop star looks and the rock star skills. It's been a thorn in England's side. Cleary. Lytton making the tackle. Australia still have it. Munster couldn't prize himself out of that one. Australia in a threatening position. Grant with the kick. In the end, Wellsby, safety first.
How influential has Grant been throughout the game? You saw the kick in the start, and then he starts exploiting in and around the ruck. He runs out of dummy half there. He gets him on the front foot. Here you see that process mentality we get from the Kangaroos.
Well, Harry Grant is dictating the pace at which this game is being played, where this game is being played. We saw England get a repeat set down this end, and the Australians got the ball back. Can England do the same?
Short drop out. Lewis, will it go the 10?
Yes, it did. Well
what a
done.
result. What a result.
Don't think he meant it, Mikey Lewis. But who cares?
Brilliant. Brilliant for England. Australia will feel that was theirs, but they got it. Herbie Farnworth and Cameron Munster just engaging in a little bit of tit for tat. First mini spat we've had.
Just relax. Just relax. Stands off.
Yeah, Herbie Farnworth claiming he got put in a guillotine. Obviously a fan of mixed martial arts.
Lads,
there was a touch of the
Tackle two,
sleeper hold about that.
No, tackle two, mate. Tackle two.
Well, if you're allowed to do that, then repeat.
Hold us, Hudson.
If that's allowed to go, Nobby, I mean, you've set the rules of engagement, Liam.
Eye for an eye. What we're going to see next, a power bomb.
Suplex.
Third. Move now.
So England desperate for a reprieve, a route out, and a chance to stretch Australia. They might get one here as
Great
Wardle
defence
goes
from Stags.
slithering.
Excellent defence from Stags.
Yeah, stood up to plenty this afternoon so far and been useful in attack as well.
Move now. Hold here. Hold.
England, Jess Litton, kick to 40-20.
40.
His Hull KR teammate, treble winners this season, gets the kick away.
Kick chase needs to be as one.
Again, there's a bit dog-legged, isn't it?
Yeah, they got away with that one, England there. Not the best kick, and a very disjointed kick chase line. I'm surprised that O'Carr didn't look to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I thought he would have skipped across, try and find a hole, a la Reece Walsh. I've done on a couple of occasions. But again, here we see the Kangaroos prepared to play that game, getting to the other end of the field, a bit patient, we'll keep hold of the ball, we'll kick the ball well.
Shibasaki taking full advantage of a test debut to show his credentials.
Tommy Dearden into the contest as well. Looks like he's playing as a roving go forward in the middle of the field.
Yeah, the number 14 who has plenty of skills up his sleeve. Cleary takes it into the teeth. Munster, Walsh, Shibasaki. That tussle with Farmouth continues. Last one here for Australia. They'll go short side, and O'Carr.
Yeah,
just burns England, that one. Wow. That will burn England.
Well, it's a smart play from Carr. He half played for that, didn't he?
Dearden gets it away. Cleary. Oh, the ball went forward. England were in desperation mode and it paid off. Just.
Come down, boys.
Yeah, the pressure there from the England inside defence, clearly looking to run. They're just holding on here.
Yeah, they look tired.
Yeah,
they're making one-off decisions instead of team decisions. They look fractured, a little bit fractured.
They do, don't they, Brian? And also, Australia look like they're ready to shift on any moment, expose on any moment. They look like they've got options, players in different positions that make you as a defender make decisions, and then there's space for your teammate out the back or the face ball across.
Tom Johnston once again involved in the hard yards. Pierce Paul. It is an enviable position for England, and those players being asked to gain ground. They might get it here. Farmouth, we tried to step back on the inside, but Shibasaki was alert to it. Wellsby. Again, that was ranging high from Keon Kalamatangi. For the kick from Lewis. Swings downfield. Australia's turn to shape up. 3 scores the lead as we approach the hour mark.
Well, Australia obviously don't need to go chasing the game, but one thing that we won't see from Australia is them shut up shop. They'll look to pass the ball, create some space, create some opportunities, all safe play, and just tire out this England defence. Look at that, that's Tommy Dearden, just a short pass, low risk, but it moves these England players around in the middle of the field, which causes fatigue.
Munster waits for that swing round from Walsh. Oh, and O'Carr couldn't draw it in. But again, they're just starting to purr, aren't they, Australia?
Well, there's an example of what James was saying. Low risk, highly efficient plays, create the numbers by where people run. And that's the opportunity they're looking for.
Watch this from Cameron Munster as he approaches the ball on the left-hand side. He looks inside to almost nobody, which holds up the defence. Great sweep on the outside. That is brilliant again from Cameron Munster. Just the tempo and disguise that he has when he touches the football, just puts the defenders in not 2 mans, 3 mans, 4 mans, because he's got so many options.
Cameron Munster, 31 years old, lost his father Steve this year, but he played on, came back into the Queensland fold. Big part of his Storm side's run to the grand final in the NRL. And he is showing all of his wares, all of his qualities this afternoon under the spotlight of Wembley. Williams, short to Piers Paul.
Line ball, England get a 6 again.
Finally, a chance to inspect Australia's defensive mettle. Matty Lees that time. Wellesby peeling round. Litton goes the opposite side. Knowles to Lewis. Munster shows the other side of his game.
Need to go back to that space that Cameron Munster has just vacated.
Litton picking that spot behind the ruck, as he does so often for his club. What can England do now? Williams, short, and again there was a little bit of deception. Piers Paul edging closer. Lee's winding up. Instead it'll be Knowles to Wellesby. Farnworth, he was a bit flat-footed there. But England find themselves in prime real estate. Lewis, he's maybe undercut that one. All to do on that left side. Brilliant hands though. Absolutely stunning hands from Nwangani to Wase. Just picked that out of the air like a slip fielder.
Clear the rock. Clear the rock. Oh, 1. 2. Move.
Fancy footwork, wasn't it?
Yeah, whatever you think of the kick, it took some cool and calm to pick that one up. And England again let another chance trickle through the fingers.
Well,
that would be the galling thing, I presume.
The first kick was manageable because it wasn't as accurate as it should have been. The second kick, clearly he had to feel it.
So Australia in midfield. Build again, Cotter. Great after contact meters there. Cleary just booms it. Johnston will take this forward, but all he can see is green and gold shirts.
And just look where England are being handed the ball over, saying, have you got 90 metres in you? Because that's what you're going to need to do. It's played 2 now, and England bunched behind the football. That's understandable, fatigue's in, but no shape whatsoever. It's very one out, it's a very fatigued approach, and the Australians just turning the screw.
Lewis tried to inject some energy, and he almost did.
That's good from Mikey Lewis, well done.
That's good.
There's the push around him. Litton has already kicked 140-20. Australia just for a moment feared the worst again, but
kick chase.
Reece Walsh, such a threat, such a danger.
Good shot from Johnny Bateman.
Oh, he can bang. John Bateman. And he did there.
Great kick from Litton again.
From Litton. A bit of a lesson there for England.
Penalty.
That's 2 in a row.
We haven't given away many ruck penalties this afternoon, England.
But again, it's 2 in a row.
That was one.
Wow. 2 slow ones in the set, boys. I'll give you the warning.
How do England approach this then? Just over quarter of an hour to go. 60,000 expectant fans. Where do they go in this last quarter of an hour in their approach as a team?
Look, it's a difficult one for England because they are low on energy, but they would have been speaking about this situation. There still is time. 14 points in this game. We know how momentum can change is nothing. There is still some time for England.
The last thing they want is little inside balls like that, almost catching them out.
It's a great shot from Knowles.
It was required. Hudson Young.
The line speed off the back of that
it isn't where it really should be. So a jump from dummy half by Harry Grant.
That was well defended from England there. Cleary, Walsh, Harry Grant trying to use those two as a foil. Excellent and up to the task.
Dealing out to Cleary, to Munster. Munster throws the dummy! Crichton to finish it! Australia might just have settled game 1 of the Ashes series. Angus Crichton, second try. It is a crushing blow for England on their return to home soil Ashes tests.
Well, the inside ball and the spine of Australia exposed England there, a fatigued England. Little passing interchange. Here's the penalty that gave Australia that field position.
Not sure about the penalty, but it's Australia's ability to set shape up on the right-hand side of the field, then set some strong shape up. And their key indicator players, that spine players, that 1, 6, 7 of 9 of Walsh, of Munster, of Cleary and Grant throw Tommy Dearden into the fray as well, and Munster, that show and go, so dangerous.
Well, Crichton on the inside to take the spoils at the end there, but it was Cleary and it was Munster, and it was that combination that they have, and people moving either side of the ruck. A couple of tight England defenders, and Crichton takes advantage of that.
So Nathan Cleary, the towering stands of Wembley, silenced by an Australian machine at its ruthless best. Cleary, bloodied, and yet defiant and dominant.
Back on.
Boots it. Another shot to England's chin, and Australia march back to the middle with game 1 in the bag. Well, Cameron Munster, so much of the talk beforehand was about what Reece Walsh might do. Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Munster, clearly not one of the supporting cast, but he has really stepped up this afternoon, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played his part, absolutely. Crichton too, there you see he was half tackled and kept in the frame. But Cleary is the architect in chief.
England, they'll challenge this.
Harry Grant straight away.
Well, that's your prerogative. Okay, for me, he's never maintained the balance. That's what I'm giving. You want to challenge it? Okay, mate.
So they will challenge it. James Graham knew exactly what was happening. And so Jack Smith will take
Jack, we have a
look
captain's
at this
challenge.
one.
Australia challenging the on-field decision of incorrect play of the ball.
Tackle 1, Australia were challenging the ruling of no balance and control.
John Bateman's right.
They're still in contact at this point, but we can't establish when the referee's comms are for the move call. So the challenge will be inconclusive. The referee's call of no balance and control will stand, and Australia will retain the right to challenge.
Okay, challenge is inconclusive.
So there we go. I think you heard the explanation there.
Okay, mate.
Well, he bought himself some time for his team, is what he's done.
Incorrect play of the ball. You retain the right to challenge.
England get the penalty, so they get some hope here.
Please. Get your markers. Go.
Litton. Fired in by Trout.
1. Move now!
Hasn't really had the chance to impose himself on this game. Can England do so to some extent here? Knowles heading for the NRL next year with the Dolphins, reunited with Christian Wolf. As England slug it forward again.
Just need some push there on the outside of Matty Lees.
Bit one out. Williams takes it above his head. Pierce Paul skims, drifts. Cannot ease his way through. So Australia almost back on their own line. Williams to Farnworth. Just for a moment it opened up, then it shut quickly. Such is Australia's desperation. One last tackle for England. Williams, short again, offloads, try maybe Mikey Lewis! Oh, there is referee Liam Moore to deny England and deny Mikey Lewis.
Tackle 5, that one. Play the ball, last tackle.
It's probably England's best good ball set of the afternoon. It's gone all the way to the last play. A number of different options there, but unfortunately they've waited 68 minutes to complete a set in good ball almost, Nobby.
Yeah, and it's important that the lessons of this game, and we're already speaking about that, are taken into next week, because you can recover this. So an element of lack of patience, but then you can still find a kick, you can still build pressure, you can still maintain that until one of the Australian defenders makes a poor decision.
Kalormatangi toppled. Grant, and then a big boot downfield, and that one pitches and gives England the ball back, but back in their own end of the field.
Well, it's a controlled restart for the Australians at 20-0. They don't have to chance their arms, so they'll be getting their defensive line in order here. It's for England to raise the ante. Here's the... Yeah, it was forward, wasn't it? Knocked it forward.
So, England back in possession. Litton skipping forward. Brings teammates into play. Knowles. Meakin to Williams. England ripping forward now. Farnworth, he gets on the outside. Couldn't find the right offload. Australia get away with one there. Cleary throwing dummies. England no, less than 10 to go. Angus Crichton flapped at that, allowed to continue.
Yeah, the referee adjudicated it. He was always going backwards, he was knocking it backwards. You can understand that.
Australia have been so consummately good. Walsh, Shibasaki to really put the dagger to England hearts. Reece Walsh. England have been crushed by their fiercest rivals. Australia ruthlessly good, and Reece Walsh ices the cake.
But an example of not taking an opportunity or not finishing your set probably in the manner you want to do, albeit chasing the game, and then boy do they come back with a counter push. Walsh has been everywhere this afternoon, as has Munster, Cleary, and there's a combination. Walsh are back on, and he's backing up Shibasaki on the inside to finish off the thing that he started in and amongst, and it's a super execution from the Australians.
Yeah, Walsh gets his double, but this is the spine combining. It's Grant to Munster to Cleary to Walsh, and it's the work again. I've highlighted many times how Cameron Munster almost stops. He's almost completely stationary for a moment there, and that generates speed and tempo. Very difficult to defend against, but that is one hell of a spine combining together.
The poster boy for the NRL has been a menace for Australia this afternoon.
He sure has. Both sides of the ball as well. You know, a lot of fullbacks focus on getting the ball in their hands, but Reece Walsh defensively has saved 12 points at least for his Australian side. Both sides of the ball, brilliant display from him. You know, some of my colleagues in Australia, I think they're getting a bit carried away with Reece Walsh. They're comparing him fame levels to a bit of a Shane Warne style of player. But forget the stuff away from the field. He delivers on the field, which is what he's paid to do. A brilliant performance from the Australian number one this afternoon.
So Nathan Cleary, composure again. Australia have come to Wembley amidst all of the questions asked. Are they undercooked? Can they handle the atmosphere? They have answered every question. Cleary's kick is good. 26-0.
Well, they have answered the questions, Matt. For our viewers, it's the nature of the task. Now next week, it's not going to be this week, it's now next week with 7 minutes to go. And it's just an example of Cleary, Monster, Grant, and the enigma that is Reece Walsh at the back of the field.
And as well, when you watch these players together, every pass is a 10 out of 10 on the money, exactly where your teammate wants it, Nobby. A few times we've seen England, George Williams catch the ball above his head. Well, you're never going to create an opportunity unless the ball is on the money.
So, huge crowd at Wembley, a UK Rugby League Ashes record. Meanwhile, 60,812, Australia not waiting on ceremony for any Ashes records being read out.
That's a great cover tackle from Wardle. Still hanging on in there, England. That is a great sign. You know, the game and the contest is gone. It is over now. We're in that 73rd, 74th minute, but great to see Wardle still competing.
Dearden, Cleary, so sharp, precise. Just as I said that, I should have said it a few more times this afternoon. Maybe Australia might have coughed up a few more balls, but there we go. England will get the ball back.
Well, Darren Lockyer mentioned it at half-time, and he sensed that the Aussies might break out. I don't think they've quite broke now, and I still think there are really, really good positives for England to take in this first encounter. But the danger signs, and if you give them ball and you don't do the things that you need to do, they will punish you.
So, England and John Bateman. Australia haven't relented at any point in their show of aggression and control. Clark at dummy half for England. Almost double the metres. Australia have been rampant at times, but England still showing some guile and guts. Lewis brings in Morgan Knowles. They're in a position which they could strike. Lewis trying to slow that game down in the Munster mould. Wellsbury back to Lewis. That's a decent kick. Again, Australia appear to run a man off the ball. Not for the first time. This time it's penalised.
You want a challenge? I'm giving an escort. Yeah. Steps across him.
Yeah, we're going to challenge that.
You want to challenge it, mate? Okay. Yeah. Time's off.
So they're just...
Well, it's challenged again because they get the green and goals to rest
Jack,
for a minute. So they smart play, the captain's challenge. They've got one in the back with 4 minutes to go.
On-field decision of an escort.
Right, so over to Jack Smith.
Wait, Dad. Got to go through the process.
Tackle one. Australia challenging really an escort. Ball's ball on foot. Kick chase to the left is onside. The actions are clearer here. We've got something tighter in on this, please. Maybe from behind the sticks, looking into it might be better.
They've already lost the challenge.
Established that the kick chase is onside. See the actions of Cleary here. This is not shoulder to shoulder. He leans across him and is moving laterally. This will be an escort. The challenge by Australia will be unsuccessful. It'll be a penalty to England.
So Australia went for the captain's challenge and it's unsuccessful. So theirs is up now for the day and England will get the ball back here. They will have a chance to slug it forward.
Six again.
Oh, another set restart right under the posts. England. Some points will give this Wembley crowd something to cheer. 60,000 in here. They're in! Darryl Clark from dummy half! Points on the board for England! A consolation it may be, but something to take from this game and into the rest of the series.
Well, the lesson is stay at that end of the field as much as you can, as much as you possibly can. 3, 4, 5 sets. Be patient, roll the ball in there. Get yourselves the opportunity to create some pressure on the Australian line.
Yeah, simple football from Daz Clark there, just recognises one of the A defenders has clocked off and takes advantage, but Nobby, you couldn't have said it any better in terms of the field position and spending time there. They got a penalty and a 6 again, and then what comes of that? It's England's first try of the afternoon.
So a kick for Mikey Lewis. England's fans get a taste of scoring against Australia. Will it be something that they could become addicted to and will chase again? It should be. And so the try came on the back of the penalty. Sharp from dummy half Darryl Clark. And so points accrued for England.
Well, we have some cute cookies, don't we? That's Clark, one of the cute cookies when you're there. You've got to be there to get that opportunity. I think Leighton's played reasonably well in his second half, particularly with his kicking game.
And so the hook spot player of the match for this one decided by the gentleman next to me, James Graham. Brian Noble for this one, Reece Walsh. No surprises there, James.
Yeah, saved 2 tries in the first half for Australia. He scored 2 as well. And let's not forget that break that he made at the start of this second half. Just set the tone, really. I mean, when you make a break so early in the contest, England chasing back, he's been absolutely sensational. He ran close by Harry Grant and Cam Munster, but for me, best on the ground by some margin, Reece Walsh.
It's all going off in back play. Tensions flaring at the end of a bruising game. A draining game from England's perspective. And maybe some lost cool at the back end. Well, to be fair, there's an awful lot of much ado about nothing really in the end, wasn't it?
Well, if I'm going to pick anything out and bottle something from it, let's see more of that at the start of the game. Let's be aggressive.
What about this for a sign of a modern game? Dom Young on the wing, taking on the front row, Tino for Suamala Awe. The game has changed, Brian.
Slightly.
Wingers never took liberties in your day? Certainly not.
Calm down. You don't want any bans now, do you?
No bans, says Liam Moore. Don't have to be daft.
Okay, mate.
Dom Young's going to take this carry up as well.
Now, Harry. Discipline, Harry.
The game certainly has changed, Brian.
But it's funny where his mouth was to some extent. Clark. Now we're seeing England finding a groove, and it's all too late in this first test anyway. Lewis, Wellesby. Taking the ball into the jaws of that Australian defence. Lewis has it. It's a fairly shallow kick in the end.
That was
Reece Walsh.
4, wasn't it?
Impeccably done again by Walsh. So Australia know that they will head to Everton in a week's time with the first test in the bank for them.
Well, they'll certainly get a hostile welcome there, won't they, James?
Yeah, I'm trying to organise with a few mates to get that early morning alarm clock firework display like a lot of the foreign visiting teams have had when they come to Liverpool. So let's see if we can do it for the Kangaroos.
Wellesby in the end, he had to go audacious to keep that in play. Dom Young will not be able to get that out. It's in goal. Australia have not let their foot off the pedal.
They haven't, but just on a serious note, as we approach next week, look, England will take some positives from this game. They're going to lose, but there is something for Coach Sean Wayne and his staff to work on there, and maybe it is a bit of that connection piece and a bit of that belief. I think when I think back and look at the opening exchanges, there was almost a level of hesitation there from England, and when those opportunities came, obviously we didn't take them, but there is something to work on.
Definitely. Take the positives out of this. Really ramp up the rhetoric for next week. Got to get back into the series. Simple as that.
Yeah, Everton will host the Australians next week. Headingley, one of England's spiritual homes. The following weekend, this series is concluded. Australia not finished yet. Ball goes to ground, and Dom Young almost flopped onto that in pure fatigue. Shaun Wane knows his adventure at Wembley has ended in defeat. Australia have beaten England in game 1 of the Ashes Test Series. 22 years since these foes last met. There will be regrets for Shaun Wane, but as you've said, gents,